Time to bring in Robin Cross. He is with StoneX in Chicago. He's our lumber expert that we call on each week at this time. So with the housing market in kind of dire straits here these last few months, what's going on with the lumber price now, Robin?
Good morning, Marlon. Thank you for having me. Well, before we get into the prices today, I have a plethora of breaking news for the lumber. So let's get into it. So first of all, we had housing starts came out. They were down 9.6% at 1.45 million. The consensus was 2.5% down. I wonder who comes up with that. Building permits down 1.3%, 1.67 million. So it's still, on the lower side. Existing home sales down 5.9% at 4.81 million, and we have about a 3.5 month supply of homes on the market. New home sales were up slightly, 1%. 708,000. But what's interesting about that, we're still down about 27% from a year ago. And lastly, we have mortgage applications still hovering around your 22-year low, but I did see a little interest rate improvement. Last week we had a high called around 5.9%. It edged down this week to about 5.1%. It's a start, but it's nowhere, good enough to stimulate any major activity. So then over to the lumber, let's take a look. We got our prices this morning. September's coming in at $593.90. That's down $450 with 18 trades. November's trading at $582 even, down $1 with 11 trades over there. And then we'll just recap it a little bit. May 17th, July contract traded at $812.20. That would end up proving to be the high of the whole summer. Then on August 4th, we traded all the way down, which we were on the air together, to major support, putting in a low of 473. And so for those keeping track, that 473 low was 1,004 points or 110,000 from this year's high that we posted in February of 1,477. But with this massive move we made, surprisingly, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, the lumber market has been quite tradable, giving both bulls and bears, hedgers and speculators, plenty of opportunity to buy discounts and or sell premiums. Day after day, we've been getting into this good support. We rally, we fail in the resistance. It almost feels like a real market in here. So as I always say, you could get in where you fit in, but my advice going forward is to wait for opportunity. I feel like a broken record. I kind of say that every week, but it's very important that the viewers understand that. You don't really want to trade in the middle of this thing. You want to wait up for it to, slow on momentum on either side of the trade before you act. Don't force it. And then over to the cash market. Cash market's been pretty flat. Random Length print came out yesterday at 600. That was unchanged for the week. Mill inventory is a bit on the high side, but field inventory is a bit on the low side. So we're at a standoff right now and waiting for either side to blink. And then lastly, I just wanted to mention the new lumber contract. For weeks I was priming everybody to, hey, pay attention. We got this new truck contract coming out. Our contract's 110,000 board feet. The new one's 27.5. And I'm not seeing a lot of new business being put on that thing. And I'm not surprised by that either. Most people at this level of trading, deal in cars, not necessarily in trucks. So the end date for our big contract looks like it's going to be around May. And so far, with only 20 open interest in the new contract, I think it's going to be some time yet before guys feel the need or feel forced to get in that new contract. So it's a slow goings. I'll bring it up again when we get some volume on it, Marlon. But in the meantime, we'll just keep sticking with the bigs.
Absolutely. And thanks for keeping us updated on that as well, because it does take a little time to do a transition on a deal like that. But thanks for the information, Robin. We'll talk with you next week. Robin Cross, he's with StoneX in Chicago. We'll take a quick little break right here, and I'll come back and get you updated on livestock trade.